Let me quickly compare and contrast large unsecured personal loans from credit unions with dirt cheap APR and bad credit. So we're going to compare and contrast Connexus, Consumers Credit Union, and Boeing. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous if you were to ask me. If you are doing as superb as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast large unsecured personal loans from credit unions. And those loans are great because they have a dirt cheap APR and they welcome bad credit applicants. So we are going to compare and contrast Connexus, Consumers Credit Union, and Boeing. One thing that's very important to understand is that when we speak about credit union in general, we're talking about nonprofit institutions. In other words, the loans that they offer are also cheap because those credit unions are not in the business of making money. They're in the business of serving their members, right? So this is why we have advised throughout this channel. We have advised our viewers to consider credit unions when it comes to building or rebuilding their credit through loans, if you will, personal loans. Okay. And one thing you need to understand also is that if you don't qualify for a loan at a credit union, you can try also an online lender. So what I want to say here is that there are several tiers of lenders available out there, and banks should be the last on your list, because banks usually want to have applicants who have a more established credit, right? So if you have poor credit or no credit, you might want to first try a credit union and then a lender, an online lender, that is, okay? And one thing you also need to pay attention to is that the loans that you might want to get from credit unions are generally small. Those are small loans. But in today's conversation, the three players that I'm reviewing, they offer large unsecured personal loans. So you're talking at least 10 grand, 20 grand, depending upon your limits. In some cases, for example, for consumers or credit union, they go all the way to $100,000. You heard it right, $100,000. This is pretty cool. All right. And another thing I want to say also is that you want to make sure before you apply for a loan at a credit union, you want to make sure that the credit union is insured by the National Credit Union Association. This is a government agency, okay? The NCUA. Very important. If you want to increase your chances of getting a large unsecured personal loans from a credit union with a very cheap APR and especially if you have bad credit, whether it is at Connexus or Consumers or Boeing, please remember that it's better to apply at a branch or over the phone. Never apply online, because if you apply online, you will be taken care of algorithmically. You'll have a robot take care of your application, and you don't want that. You want to have a chance to talk to someone, understands the pros and cons of the loan that you are about to apply for. You want to ask more information about the loan, right? So because not everything is put online. It's like, think about it as, you know, if you were to apply for a job at a company, the companies don't put all their job offers online. No. So this is why you want to contact someone to have the ins and outs of what's going on within the company. Same thing here with the credit union. You want to talk to someone at a branch. You want to ask if co-signing is possible. You want to get your paperwork ready beforehand. I'm speaking here about tax returns, right? Your financial statements, your bank statements. You also want to have a schedule of existing debts. So the debts that you have with other credit unions. And you also want to calculate your DTI. DTI stands for debt to income ratio. This is an important criterion when it comes to being approved or denied at either Connexus, Consumers Credit Union, or Boeing Credit Union. So this is very important to keep in mind. Okay, so those are things you need to think about before you go to either one of the three players I'm going to review in today's show. And before I get into the actual nitty gritty, please check out this short video. This is we do have a strict evaluation approach on this channel when it comes to reviewing, when it comes to categorizing, when it comes to listing business loans and personal loans from credit unions, from banks, from online lenders on this show. Check this out. All right, let's first start with Consumers Credit Union. This is a great credit union here, and this is they do offer unsecured loans, large unsecured loans with dirt cheap APR. They do welcome bad credit borrowers. Maximum loan amount $100,000. There is no prepayment penalty. You have a quick approval process. And for more information or to apply by phone, you want to call 847-837-7938. What we love with Consumer Credit Union loan is that they not only allow everybody to qualify for it, regardless of your credit score. We also love the fact that they allow you to become a member very, very easily. So membership follows a simple two-step process. You have to pay a one-time non-refundable $5 fee to the institution sponsor, the Consumers Cooperative Association, and then you deposit and maintain a minimum $5 in your membership share savings account. Okay, this is very, very good. It's very easy, and so the bottom line here is that you don't have to live in the Chicago area. You don't have to fulfill the geography or professional affiliation obligation to qualify for this. No, you just have to donate the $5. And in terms of how easy it is to get this 100,000, I would say if you have bad credit, it will be almost impossible to get $100,000. But you might get 50 grand or 40 grand, depending on the money you have in your checking account and how long you've had a relationship with Consumers Credit Union. Remember, you got to be a member, but you also want to bring business to them so they can bring business to you. If you want to get a loan from Consumers Credit Union, you need to have a checking account at a minimum, but we do advise that viewers have at least a checking account and a savings account. Okay, so you want to go to myconsumers.org. You want to look at the constellation of products and services that the credit union offers, and you want to see those that really fit your personal lifestyle and your family's lifestyle, and you want to sign up for those. So this is pretty good. They even have a CDs. They have a certificate of deposit, so that you can also apply for one of those. Okay, so this is pretty good. I want to talk to you now about Boeing Employees Credit Unions, another great one. So when we think about Boeing Employees Credit Union, we think about a couple of things. First of all, you don't need to be a former employee or a current employee of Boeing to qualify for this. No. Actually, to qualify, it's very easy. But I will talk about that later on. But this loan, so for the Boeing Employees Credit Union, you can get up to $15,000. You can see that this is way lower than what Connexus offers, right? Connexus offers, not Connexus, Consumers Credit Union. CCU offers up to $100,000, and Boeing offers up to $15,000. It's still okay. It's not bad. The loan term up to 72 months, and the APR is as low as 8.24%. Okay, and with BECU, Boeing Employees Credit Union, you have a hodgepodge, a mishmash of loans and lines of credit. So you can have a personal line of credit, a personal loan, an auto loan, a boat loan, or RV loan. Okay, and so you can actually even protect your loan. They have a loan payment protection program that provides financial assistance during times of hardship. So LPP, as it's called, is an optional benefit offered through BECU. So it provides minimum monthly payments in case of involuntary job loss, disability, or loss of life, aka death. A monthly program cost is based on loan balance and package options. And so if you are interested and you want to have more information about that, you want to contact the BECU at 800-233-2328. Okay, 800-233-2328, and you want to ask about getting LPP added to your loan. This is an additional benefits, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that most of Boeing employees credit unions, over 50 branches are in Washington State. But the credit union participates in the co-op network that gives members access to over 5,000 branch locations and 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs across the country. So you don't have to live in Washington State to qualify for membership. Okay, you can actually qualify for membership if you live, work, worship, or goes to school in Washington State, of course, or Oregon and Idaho. But you can also qualify by donating to a charity called KEXP. It's called KEXP. We're showing this to you on the screen right now, the link to the charity. All you have to do is donate $5. And Boeing Employees Credit Union is sponsoring this organization. So if you donate and you become a member, a donor to this organization, you can actually qualify for BECU membership. You can also be an employee, a volunteer, or retiree of this organization also. You don't have just to donate to them. Okay? So this is pretty straightforward. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I'm still talking to you today about large unsecured personal loans from credit unions, their cheap APR, bad credit, okay? And we are comparing and contrasting Connexus, Consumers Credit Union, and Boeing. So I've already reviewed Consumers Credit Union, Boeing, and now let's talk about Connexus. So with Connexus, you have, this is a great credit union. And they do have the lowest available rates right now on the market. And the loan amounts actually fluctuates. It fluctuates from 1,000 in some cases all the way to 15,000 or 25,000, depending on your credit worthiness. One thing we love here is that Connexus Credit Union (CCU) offers personal lines of credit and loans. So you have multiple interest rate adjustment options. You have flexible line amounts, low payments, no collateral required, no annual fees, and you have a bi-weekly payment option available. This is pretty good because one thing we have seen in our research is that, and this is why we love Connexus Credit Union, is that they offer the bi-weekly payment option. Why? The more often you make payments towards your loan, the quicker you pay it off, right? And the less likely you're going to default on your loan. Why? Because paying so frequently will compel you to adopt a stricter budget mentality or budget mindset. Okay, so this is pretty good. This is great because CCU is helping in the education of consumers out there. And we also love the fact that they have a very nice dashboard, a user-friendly dashboard. In some cases, you can also check out your loan payments and your loan situation through their app. This is really good. And you actually eligibility, branches, and ATM access is those are pretty easy also. They have Connexus is based in Wisconsin. They do have thousands of shared branches and over 54,000 free ATMs over the United States. And if you don't live in Connexus, if you don't live in Wisconsin, you can still apply for an account if you join the Connexus Association, which provides college scholarships and financial education. And all you have to do is pay a one-time $5 fee. That's it. Okay. Now, if you don't want to pay that, if you qualify otherwise, this is also good. So you can qualify by being a member of a limited number of organizations. You can if you live in Minnesota or Wisconsin. You can also qualify through family or through geography. This is pretty good. All right, folks. So you've heard the three players here: Consumers Credit Union, Boeing Employees Credit Union, and Connexus Credit Union. Which one to choose? It really depends. It really depends on your situation. Of course, we are talking about large unsecured personal loans from credit unions, right? They're cheap APR, bad credit. Okay. Now, if you want to look at the amount of the loan only, we might think Consumers Credit Union is the best because they have loan amounts up to $100,000. For Boeing, you're looking at $15,000, and for Connexus, you're looking at something between 15 and 25 grand. Okay, so let's quickly look at all these three players. For consumers, you have low fixed rates with flexible terms, loan amounts up to $100,000, no prepayment penalty. You have a quick approval process, right? This is what we love, and they do have a stellar customer service. What about Boeing? What about BECU? You have interest rates for consumers. The interest rates were not published, but based on our research, the rates oscillate between 7% and 18%. For Boeing, you have rates as low as 8.24% and as high as 27%, up to $15,000, loan term up to 72 months. And this is a loan that is very flexible. It's reviewed periodically. This is really good. What about Connexus? Connexus, you have loans that oscillate between $15,000 and $25,000 in terms of maximum. Minimum $1,000. Okay, and all these three players do accept bad credit borrowers. I want to stress that. And what we love with Connexus is that you have access to your account. You have a loan specialist if you so require. You're constantly being monitored in terms of not monitored. You're constantly being they review your account, your payment history, just to make sure if you need help, whatever. We love that. We love this responsiveness from the Connexus loan department or from the Connexus customer service department. So this is really good. All right, folks. So our pick in today's conversation. Our pick is Consumers Credit Union. So we have rated Consumers Credit Union 8.5 over 10, Connexus 8.5 over 10, and Boeing 8 over 10. Why consumers? Because the loan amount is just high, $100,000. Whereas Connexus is giving you what? They're giving you a 15 or 25,000 depending on your states, and Boeing is giving you 15 grand. So if you're looking for a large unsecured personal loans from a credit union with their cheap APR, try first your luck with Consumers Credit Union. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.